Wud Up! So I have been posting some videos about where I feel like the death penalty is needed in cases, or should at least be on the table in some of these cases. And today I came across a article about something that happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I wanted to go ahead and share it because it was a horrible thing for me to read. And just because, people dying at any cost is a horrible thing, but the way this is actually comes about in this article and everything and who's involved makes it even worse. Now, this was about Robert Marks and Lyntell Washington. He was arrested for the disappearance of her after police found Miss Washington's 3-year-old daughter by herself with an empty vehicle that had blood inside of it. So he was taken in on her disappearance. He, as of right now, is facing charges of aggravated kidnapping of a child and child desertion. So the reason for that is because when they found the little girl that morning, they were talking to her and they asked her what was going on and stuff. And you got to keep in mind, this is a 3-year-old little girl. So what she did and what she said is absolutely amazing because there's a lot of little kids that would just shut down in a situation like this and wouldn't talk at all. This little girl went ahead and said stuff. They asked her and she told the police Mr. Robbie hurt her mother and her mother was now sleeping. The child told police that she was with Marks and her mother when she heard a bang and her mother started to shake. She then said, "Mom's in the lake." And it was dark outside when it happened. So clearly you can tell that this little girl seen something happen to her mother. There's blood in the vehicle, so we know something happened. We know there's foul play involved. Now, like I said, this guy has yet to be charged with murder or anything like that. So this is merely just my opinion off of what I see as of now. And if it does come back that he doesn't get charged with murder, I will admit to being wrong, and that's fine with me. Because we're all wrong at some points, but I can only go on what I have so far. Now, the guy told police that he hadn't seen Miss Washington since 8 or 9 o'clock at a Walmart in Baker. Problem with that is that when they did his cell phone records with her cell phone records, it showed that they were both in Rama at 9:45 p.m. They were there for 15 minutes before returning to Baton Rouge. The records show that Marks then traveled to Newcastle Avenue area, which is where they found the little girl at. And so it puts him at the last place the mother was seen. It also puts him at the last place the little girl was left at and found at. Plus, on top of it, this woman was also pregnant. So this guy's not just sitting here looking at if they find the body and they can prove it and he gets charged with murder. It's going to be him getting charged with two counts of murder. It's just a sad thing when a 3-year-old little girl has to see this and has to go through this. And we can all just hope that this does not scar that child for life. You can tell just by her comments to police that she was very comfortable around Mr. Robbie, as she said, because she wouldn't have referred to it as that way and wouldn't have been and would not have been so open about it. Usually when kids shut down, it's in cases and stuff where they don't know who the person was. But yeah, this is a very sad story, and it's just disappointing to me that someone would do this. Now, I will say this. I'm just happy that the guy didn't hurt the little girl. And he may not even hurt the mother, but I can only go off of what I know, and the little girl says he did hurt the mother. The little girl gave a very descriptive outlook on it for a 3-year-old, so obviously this little girl was smart. And the reason why you have to take that into account is this woman was a teacher. She had won Teacher of the Year before, so obviously this woman was smart. She knew how to teach her daughter and how to get her daughter ready for stuff. So we can only assume that this little girl is a very smart little girl. The whole reason for this happening is because the guy was afraid that Miss Washington was going to tell his wife about the affair and the baby being his. So now, like I said, in the end of the day, he has yet to be charged with murder or anything like that. He's only be charged with the counts that he was, which we can prove that he was there on the aggravated kidnapping and leaving the child there. He's guilty as hell of that. They got the phone records and everything to prove that he was at those spots. So we do know that's 100% there. As for everything else, we don't. It's all just speculation. I can only go off of what I know, but I will say this. From what I know and the way it's looking, this guy does deserve to get the death penalty. I know that, like, a lot of people don't agree with the death penalty. They don't agree that it does anything for anybody and all this stuff. But if you're willing to kill someone in front of a 3-year-old and that person's carrying your child, then obviously you're a twisted, sick son of a bitch is what it is. That's all for this video. If you have any comments or anything on it, just go ahead and leave them below. I do enjoy the feedback. I do enjoy starting conversations, whether we agree or not. It doesn't matter to me. It's just getting a dialogue going with people and having conversation. I'll holler at you later. Peace.